Special day, one of the greatest shooters of all time. And I mean, this guy was as pure as New England maple syrup. I'm talking about Ray Allen. Come on up.
So it truly is an honor to be up here and in front of you all, amongst all these great athletes and legends. You know, when I think about being in the hall, I don't think so much about my career as much as I think about the people who have gotten me to this point. My family, all the great coaches that I've had, all the people that, you know, really believed I was better than what I thought I actually was. So this is a homage to, you know, my mom and dad, my high school coaches, every coach that I ever had in the NBA, you know, that made me show up early. My college coach that made me show up early. So being here today, it reminds me of all of them, you know, all my college teammates. And I always try to figure out how to get better every single day. And I always try to watch other people's greatness. I was inspired by Grant Hill as a young person growing up, and I wanted to be just like he was in college. So he was a great example for me. And I can just sit here and say today that I'm a product of so many people that have come before me, athletes and people in all walks of life. So it truly is a privilege for me to be here today, and it's an honor. And I'm glad to be able to share this with each and every one of the individuals up here on the stage. So thank you for being here for us and with us, and I want to thank the hall as well.
And the folks in Milwaukee wanted me to let you know that it was a dark day the day you left there. He was a great player every place he went and a model citizen as well. Thank you for being with us today, Ray. Congratulations. Great honor. We have several great point guards here today, and this gentleman was the floor leader for a fun Philadelphia 76er team back in the day. We used to know him as Mo, but now he's Maurice. And so, Maurice, come on up.
Well, I'm truly honored to be selected in the Hall of Fame. As I look at all the pictures and the people up there on the wall, I realize how blessed I am to actually wear this jacket. As I walk around and people talk about it's been a long time for me to get in. There's never really a wrong time to get in the Hall of Fame. I'm truly honored. I'm extremely happy, especially for my kids, to actually see me get inducted into the Hall of Fame. So I'm just happy. I don't really have a lot of words to say about it. It's a special time for me, a special time for my family, and I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Maurice. Really nice to have you in the Hall of Fame. Now we want to send the mic over here to a very special gentleman. I mean, Midnight Madness. What that did for college basketball and the game. Everybody looks forward to that. Here was the creator, Lefty Driesell.
Well, I think anybody that's ever coached basketball has a dream of being up here with all these famous coaches and players. And now these players, like they congratulate or thank their coaches and players they played with. I coached for 45 years, so now I had about 12 or 15 players on each team. So I want to thank all of them, because I would not be here if it were not for my players. I had some great players, and you know they're the ones that put me here. And I just called the shots and got the technicals every now and then, but you know I'm very humble to my players, and I'm supposed to speak tomorrow night. I don't know why I can't speak all of my players, great players that I had, but you know, I love them all, and they were like brothers and sons of mine, and so I'm just overjoyed to be in this Hall of Fame. And it's really a tribute to my players and my family and God. Thank you.
Thank you, Lefty. Long time coming, but certainly well deserved. We really happy to see you here. Now we're going to bring up a young man who, and he is young, let's face it, and he's doing very well besides, and certainly deserving of this moment. And a lot of people out there who followed his career, not only at Duke, but as a professional, enjoyed his work and are now enjoying his work on TV as well. Now going into the Hall of Fame, Grant Hill.
Wow, this is really amazing, and certainly overwhelmed by this, this moment. And to be able to share it with an amazing class. The thing that's unique is I feel like I have a connection or a relationship or was a fan of all of them in some capacity. And so people who I respect and admire and that I've been fans of throughout my journey, to be able to share in this wonderful moment with them is truly an honor. Obviously my family, my parents, my wife and kids, like I think Mo said, to have them be able to share in this moment. And it's just, I know it's cliche, but it's surreal. And the announcement was made a few months ago, but now we're here. And to have this amazing recognition is just truly something humbling. And I'm still in disbelief and certainly thrilled and excited and just overcome with a lot of emotion and pride and very grateful. So thank you. And Ray, I'm not that much older than you, but I appreciate those kind remarks, and just know that the feeling has always been mutual. You've been class, talent, and grace personified. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Grant. You've touched him at a lot of levels. My 12-year-old grandson is a big fan of yours, so you're remembered, and that's good. And by the way, try and keep Raftery in line this year, will you? I know he can't. A little tough to manage at times. We mentioned to you earlier that Steve Nash would not be able to be here today. He's not feeling well. He's going to try and be here tomorrow. Excuse me. Steve's doing quite well. I meant Jason Kidd. I was going to get... How are you feeling, Steve? Well, I'll let you tell him. Come on up, Steve Nash.
Well, they remember Grant, but they forgot me pretty quick. I thought the speeches were tomorrow night, too, and if you know me as a student athlete, I usually did my homework either the night before or the day of, so my speech is unprepared as well, but this is incredible, obviously, to be here with this group. This is a dream team for me, so to be a part of it is an incredible honor. And as you look around the walls here and see the history of our game, people that you heard stories of or you tried to emulate or looked up to, that form the fabric of our sport that lives on, and that we see the next generation that comes after us pass on to the one after them. It's incredible to be standing in this position, and it's beyond my wildest dreams to be here. So it's an opportunity to reflect on how this happened, an opportunity to thank all those people who took part in our success. And I just want to thank the Hall, all my classmates, and everybody that had a big impact on my life and my career, for everything that allowed me to experience this today. So thank you.
You look plenty good to me. How would you like to be on the receiving end of some of his passes? All the shots you'd get? Boy, I tell you what. Another one. Boy, we've got some fun guys to watch play back in their days. Really good, talented people. So nice to have you up here with us. So, again, reminding you, Steve Nash is healthy. Jason Kidd hopefully will be here tomorrow. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to travel the world and play basketball? Well, this next Hall of Famer has had that opportunity. Played in Europe, played in the United States, and played very well. So let's hear him right now. Dino Rađa.
Coming from a little city of Split, Croatia, to this amazing house is it's something that really I can't explain my feelings right now. And for these 6 months since I found out, I was always looking behind the corner. Is Ashton Kutcher going to come out and saying you're punked? And I just I'm overwhelmed to be mentioned in the same category with all these people looking at me right now, and all these people that I have a privilege to play against and watching here in this line. So thank you very much, and there's going to be a lot of crying tomorrow, I bet.
Thank you, Dino. Enjoy the weekend. The difference is you must be amazed at how the game has spread from Europe over here to this country, and now all the great European players we have here. I mean, you really can be proud of all the great talent coming over to add to our NBA game. And you're a big part of that. So congratulations, and that's one of the reasons why you're up here tonight. Thank you. Our next guest is a gentleman who, in his prime, I'll tell you what, there weren't a lot of guys in either the ABA or the NBA like to guard this guy because he could fly. And I bet he could run pretty good right now. Great career, terrific player, Charlie Scott.
No, I can't run right now. That's a lie. I'm glad to be a member of this class, because, see, I played so long ago, a lot of people don't even remember when I played. But what I can do is when they ask me, when did I join the Hall of Fame, I said, do you know Grant Hill? Do you know Steve Nash? Or do you know Ray Allen? Well, they were in my class. So this is a great honor. This is something that, really when the guy called me, I thought he was lying. I thought it was Spencer Haywood playing a trick on me. I almost cursed him out because I had no idea I would be up here. But this is an honor that I really appreciate. It's something that it was made up of a lot of people that got me here, and I wish a lot of them could be here with me today. They're not, but I'm just glad to be a member of this Hall of Fame, and this is something that I really never looked forward to. I didn't really think I could be that good, but with a lot of help from a lot of good ball players on my team, I was able to make it. I shot a lot, and they got a lot of rebounds, so that was it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Charlie, and congratulations again. Right now, welcome to the podium, a great player elected by the Women's Committee. She's the leading scorer in the history of the women's pro game. That's quite an accomplishment. How about it? Katie?
IO, there you go. Ohio through and through. This is wild. I mean, this is a pleasure with this group. Watched a lot of them. We're USA teammates with a couple, both men and women. But I'd like to just thank the game. I mean, honestly, who would have thought basketball, meeting these guys, getting into the hall, just having a blast traveling the world and making some of the best friendships you could ever have. And also those that believed in the WNBA. We have a bunch of folks here who are fans and those that actually were behind the scenes making that thing happen, which allowed us to have a career here in the States and showcase our talents. So thanks to the Hall, thanks to my family, thanks to everybody. Looking forward to this weekend. Thanks.
Thank you, Katie. I'm told that there are a lot of people here from The Ohio State University here to support you. Are they here, or are they all home trying to make cookies for Urban? Trying to keep him happy. Been a couple of tough weeks over there, but I'm sure they're going to come out of it just fine. All right, so here's one that it's hard to fathom. Back-to-back champions. The remarkable Tina Thompson played on those kind of championship teams. Let's hear from her right now.
Well, I'm very proud to be here, very overwhelmed. I've tried to kind of keep the idea of being inducted into the hall just kind of floating, because every time I think about the reality of it, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. So I'm going to try to keep it floating until tomorrow, and hopefully be able to get through my speech, because it's one of the most amazing things that has ever happened to me, and I'm sure my classmates share in those emotions. It's just not something you ever think of. Of course, I wanted to be an all-star and be an Olympian, but at never any point in my career did I ever think that this is where it would lead me. So very overjoyed, extremely excited to be in a class with these guys. I am a fan of them. Grant played on my favorite college basketball team of all time. I remember sitting, in arenas and watching Steve, and myself and Katie and Ray have kind of parallel careers, and because of the work of Rick and his buddies, I was able to play, and in my opinion, the best women's basketball league ever. And I'm just really, 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 really overjoyed at the opportunity. So thank you to the hall. Thank you and congratulations to my classmates, and to my mom and my son, who've been a huge part of me being able to kind of get through this journey. Their support has been amazing. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Tina. Very well said. This gentleman was magnificent in every facet of the game. He was a player, he was a coach, he was a general manager, he was a team president, he was a league executive. And I remember him back in the days when he used to wear those long socks and those short shorts. That's going back a few semesters. Rod Thorn.
Thank you, Eddie. It's a very humbling experience to be here. Also a very, very proud experience to be elected to the Hall. I want to congratulate all my fellow inductees. Very impressive class, I might add. I want to thank all the people I played with, all the coaches I had, and all the coaches that I hired over my time as a GM. It's been an incredible odyssey for me, starting in a very small town in West Virginia, and making it to this point is absolutely incredible when you think about it. Thank my family, mom and dad, wife, kids, for all of the support. Obviously, without them, I certainly would not be here. But again, it's just a very humbling experience to be here. And as some of the other speakers have said, when you look around and you look upstairs and you see all the famous faces, it's now you're one of them. It's a very good thing to think about. Thank you.
Thank you, Rod. Jerry West, Hot Rod Huntley, now Rod Thorn, all the guys from West Virginia. Humming that tune. Well, we've got one of the great creative minds and one of the people that has really done a terrific job in many capacities working in the NBA, working his way up the ladder. And, of course, now the president and COO of the champion Golden State Warriors. I knew him. I mean, you think about people who earn their stripes. I remember when this young man then was delivering the quarterly stats at the end of each quarter to the broadcasters back up there in the Seattle area, and then worked his way up through the system. And now he's the COO and a member of the Hall of Fame from the Golden State Warriors, Rick Welts.
Thank you, Eddie. Good to see you. So tell the truth. You're thinking what I'm thinking. What the hell am I doing up here? Really? Like, people like me really don't get elected to the Hall of Fame. And I think I've woken up every morning since hearing the news trying to process that. So incredibly special to me to be in this class. I can't go through all the personal connections, but I can tell you, Eddie referenced my first job, ball boy for the Seattle Supersonics. My very first day working for an NBA team as a ball boy, I met Rod Thorn. He was one of our players and coaches at the time. Steve Nash, obviously we were there at the same time in Phoenix. He stood up for me at a really important time in my life. And Grant was there too and had some amazing words that meant the world to me. So to be with these guys makes it that much more special. I get to speak in front of large groups all the time. I never get nervous. I am petrified for tomorrow night. Okay, I don't mind telling you that. And I think it's for this. I think our league office put out last year a stat where after the players and coaches, there's some 50,000 people who spend their life putting on NBA basketball. And I just hope I do justice to those people who work so hard every day to make our sport what it is today and to have it get greater every day that we go to work. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm really scared. So feel sorry for me when I'm up there. But thanks to the Hall and to this amazing class. Thank you, guys.
What a journey, Rick. Really terrific job. Every step of the way. Congratulations to you. Well, very well deserved. All right, now we're going to ask the class of 2018 to step forward, and we're going to have a brief photo opportunity, and then we're going to have a breakout session for media for about 45 minutes where you'll have an opportunity to ask questions. However, before that, I want to remind folks that are here today and people that are in the area, if you have an opportunity, you want to come down. I don't even know if there are any tickets left, but if there may be. But right here on the Court of Dreams, we're going to have a Hall of Fame reunion and awards dinner in which J.J. Barea, Tina Charles, Boris Diaw will be honored as the winners of the Manny Jackson Human Spirit Award. Harley Redden and Jim Host, who's here today with us, will receive the John Bunn Lifetime Achievement Award, and no one deserves it more than our friend Jim. And also Andy Bernstein and Doris Burke will be celebrated as this year's Kurt Gowdy Media Award winners. Then tomorrow night at 7 o'clock over at Symphony Hall, the enshrinement ceremony will be presented by, well, obviously, Nike. They're everywhere, right? So before we wrap, thanks once again to all of you folks. Sincerely, it's always a pleasure to be here with you. God willing, we can all do it again next year. And just know that we in the basketball universe love everything that the fans do to support this game and the media. It's a wonderful game with wonderful people, as you've seen and heard. We so much appreciate you being here, supporting all of these people, and thanks so much for being part of this festivity at the greatest sports museum in the world, the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Good, have a great afternoon, and hope to see you tonight and this weekend. Thank you.